And Michael. All right, so we're missing 3. Matthew, Mikhail, Robert Scoggins, and Adele. Who's Adele? Oh, okay, you are here. Oh, I didn't hear. All right. I don't know, was it February? In February, Mr. French came up to me, or I came up to him and asked him if we had, if we're going to flag football this year, because I don't think we had a coach in mind at the time. And he said no. And so I told him I was going to pray about it, because those of you that don't know, my wife and I, we foster children, but my wife told me that we're on break right now. So since we're on break, I prayed about it and felt that I had time to go ahead and coach these boys in flag football. Little did I know that we had close to a championship team, but we took ahead the proposition. The boys played hard. Notice that I only have 6 players up here, and it's about how it was half the season. The games were 7-on-7, but sometimes I'd be looking in the parking lot because I had 4 boys and wondering if I was going to have any more show up. And once I was able to get 5, then I would go ahead and play. We were undermanned sometimes because they would play us 7-on-5 or 7-on-6. And one coach was gracious enough to play us where we were, and played us one time 5-on-5 and then 6-on-6 until the tournament, and then he changed his mind. Sorry, we got it. Under all those trials, the boys ran off 5 games in a row where they won, and then they lost the game. We're a little disheartened, but then they came back and won their last 2 games. And so we ended up the season 7-1, got to the tournament, and my 2 8th graders were not in town at the time because they went to Universal the night before, and graciously their mom left early in the morning, thank you Ms. Thompson, and brought them. I appreciate that. However, she didn't get them there in time for the first half of the first game. So we played our first game 7-on-6 because I only had 6 players. And I kept getting a reading from Mr. French to tell me how far out they were. And so we figured we had till halftime. And my 6 players held the game to a 14-6, where the other team was up 14-6 for the first half of the semifinal game. My 2 8th graders showed up, and we ended up winning 26-21 the semifinal game. So kudos to my 7th and 6th graders for playing hard until the 8th graders came to the rescue. In the championship game, it was a little trying because it was hot that day. As those of you that were there can attest to it, they only had 10 minutes between games, and so it's really, I think it took a little bit out of the team, and then I had 2 players that were up all night at Universal and then had to play back-to-back games. So we ended up losing at the 4-yard line with an opportunity to tie, but I couldn't have asked anything more out of the kids. We were hard, they played hard, they played well, and 4 yards short of the championship. I remember the Tennessee Titans were 2 yards short when they played the Rams back in 2000, for some of you that know that. So my guys played well, and I'm going to introduce them to you now. So give them a applause for playing hard. My first year award, Adele Kesney. Michael Sales is not here, and Robert Scoggins is not here. Hopefully they'll be here next year so they can play again. And then Tanner Markovina. And the rest of everybody gets a second-year award. George Safar. Matthew Mikkel, who's not here tonight. Gabriel Frommer. And my two captains, Carl Thompson. And Jakai Reed. All right. And for my last three awards. You might think that it would be easy choosing and going through this with a small group, but sometimes it makes it a little more difficult when there's such a small number, because they all, for the most part, they all played throughout the whole game, on every game that they were there, that they made. So for my first award, my Crusader Award, my individual was there at all the games, almost on time, most of the games. And even would tell me that he's a minute ahead when he gets there at 9:14 when he's supposed to be there 10 or 9:15. So, but my Crusader Award goes to Gabriel Frommer for doing as much as I asked him to do out there. All right, my most improved player. Had to think about it a little bit. All these boys love playing football. That's probably why they're out here. Some of them have played tackle football for a period of time in their lives, and just came out to play flag football just because they could play some football. So they all were able to pass, run, catch most of the time. But my most improved player throughout the season was able to perform and take up the quarterback when my quarterback wasn't able to do it. And so my most improved is to Jakai Reed. And then finally, my most valuable player probably wouldn't have been where they were without him. That's why he's the most valuable player. Quarterback, running back sometimes, receiver, shutdown corner. I think he wanted me to say shutdown corner, not just corner, but shutdown corner. So, and safety at times. I'm going to miss him next year, Carl Thompson. And he knows. Just one more thing. This is my first year doing flag football here at the school. I've coached football in the past. And when the Lord told me to go ahead and do this job, I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know we weren't going to have vans. So I want to thank all the parents that drove to Orange Park on Tuesdays and Saturdays to get their players there. I want to applaud y'all now. Because all the games were in Orange Park, ladies and gentlemen. So I appreciate the parents getting them all there on the days that they got them there. So I did say something about the time, but it was Orange Park. So I do give you a little leeway for being a little late on the times that they were. But my sixth graders, look forward to having them again. My seventh graders, and these two right here, I'm going to miss them, so I'm not going to say anything else because they already know I get emotional. So I just want to thank you all for coming out and look forward to seeing you guys again next year.